Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. This team has honestly done a little bit better than I thought. And where we find ourselves right now is the 2022 amateur draft. And guess what? We got the first pick. Now, I'm going to be honest, I stood here for a long time trying to figure out who exactly to draft, but it's ultimately come down to this kid, Darrow Webb. He's a second baseman, 80 potential. He's only 18. He's got a great amount of stuff that he already has right now that makes me really happy. Pretty solid hitter, can actually hit for a lot of power at second base, which you don't typically have. We obviously have a hole at second base with Castanheira being sort of we're not sure, and he's got solid speed and solid steal. This is the guy we're going to go with. I'm probably going to take an L, but you know what? We're risking it for the biscuit. Now, for our second pick, we're risking it on a starting pitcher who's 5'10", so he kind of gives me a little Pedro Martinez vibes. Also, the Jerry curl gives me heavy Pedro Martinez vibes. But what he's projected to be is significantly high. You see his scouting right now is stamina high, hits per 9 high, Ks per 9, balls, home runs per 9, velocity control. All these things are projecting to be very good. Now, we didn't really get a chance to scout him super well because we only found him super late. But I'm taking a risk on Chester Starr being a star for the Orioles. Up next is going to be Leonardo Cairo, who's a guy with another great high potential opportunity here. He can also play shortstop and left field, but he's primarily a third baseman. You can look across the board. I'm liking what I'm seeing from his stats. I think as a third baseman, this dude could give us a little bit of pop. He's going to hit more for average, and he's going to hit for power, but honestly, I'm okay with that. We need another guy that can play multiple positions. Leonardo Cairo, welcome to the Orioles organization. If we were looking for pitchers that had the greatest beard in the draft, we literally just found him. Winston Costa, a guy who's pretty much projected to be in the MLB by 2023. His stamina is really good already right now. He's got some work to be done, again, in his Ks and hits per 9. His control, I think, will get to a good spot. His velocity should be projected out at a higher 90s. He only has 4 pitches. He's a 4-seamer, changeup, a slider, and a curveball, which I'm conveniently blocking a little bit for you guys. Fastball only taps out at 91 at the moment. I'm willing to take a little bit of a gamble, okay? We need another lefty out there. He can maybe be in the bullpen if he's not going to be a great guy as a long relief dude, but we're going to take a gamble on Winston. All right, so with the draft being done, we did well on, honestly, 3 picks, and then after that, it's sort of, we'll figure it out from there. Darrow Webb, the second baseman, our number 1 overall pick, ends up being a 95 overall potential. So I feel like he's the guy that was honestly worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. Chester Starr has got a 73 potential, so maybe the Jerry curl kind of led us astray, but we'll see how he ultimately develops a little bit. That's not saying he will only be that good, but potentially he's probably going to be just that good. We also have Leonardo Cairo, who's projected to be 92 overall. This is a gem of a third baseman we got. Already 20 years old, only a 57 overall, but in a couple of years, this guy could be competing with Nolan Gorman as our third baseman, or maybe we trade Gorman, or maybe we trade Cairo. We'll figure it out. Our 4th pick was Winston Costa, who I think was still a gem at this point, a starting pitcher with 83 overall potential, great stamina on this guy, some work to be done overall for him. Brian Robles, we ended up picking up after him in right field, a 65 overall potential. The good news is he's really, really fast. The bad news is he can't really hit very well. So we'll see what ultimately happens with him. And then Chris Simon, who we get as our very last pick. He's a relief pitcher, 61 overall, projected to be a 73 overall potential. A lot of work for him. Maybe he makes majors, maybe he doesn't. We're going to sign all these guys still. Now, with those players being pulled through the draft, there is one player that we did sign that maybe was drafted last year that didn't sign with the team, that maybe has some injury history that we're willing to take a gamble on. We have went and signed Kumar Rocker from Vanderbilt, obviously one of the top picks in the previous year's draft. Obviously had the little injury concerns. The Mets and him didn't really come to agreement on a deal, and we now have him chilling in our minor leagues. So unlike the other guys, we're going to be having him chill in the minor leagues through some loopholes that we basically had at this point. But Rocker should be an interesting guy to watch. We currently have him as a 70 overall. Again, there's some work to be done for him. He's only pitched maybe 1 inning so far, gave up a lot of runs, but he still got a W, so it is what it is. And a quick little update for the All-Star voting. You see Garrett Cole's leading for the starting pitchers in the American League, Kendall Graveman for the relief pitchers. Closing pitchers, we have Liam Hendricks up there. As we go to catcher, Salvador Perez is there, but Rushman currently sitting in 4th place with 173K votes. Obviously at first base, Miguel Sano with Ryan Mountcastle again in 4th place with 282,000 votes. Just barely out of 3rd place with Vlad Jr. having 288. At second base, you have Marcus Semien. You really don't have anybody chilling up at the top there. 3rd base, Jose Ramirez is chiming in with 364,000 votes. With Gorman honestly making a pretty good climb at 268K, not too far out for being 2 places or even 3 places ahead of that. At shortstop, you have Xander Bogaerts leading everything. You go over to left field, you have Randy Rosarina. You go to center field, our guy Seti Mullins is out there with the number 1 spot, even more than Mike Trout right now. He has more home runs, 1 less RBI, same stolen bases, and a little bit of a less batting average, but he's got more votes. And then in right field, you have Aaron Judge with us not really having anybody there, but it's fine. We at least have one guy leading the All-Star vote. And for those of you that care about the National League, you can see Julio Urias is there at 9-1. You're going to see relief pitchers and Denelson Lamet, closing pitcher Lucas Sims, catcher Will Smith, first base Freddie Freeman, second base Ketel Marte, former Portland Pine, third base you have Chris Bryant, shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr., left field Tommy Pham, center Cody Bellinger, right field Mookie Betts. Now right now we're in the beginning of June, so again there's plenty of time until the All-Star game. Most we have is this point, but I'm excited to see what our team we do. We find ourselves here at the bottom of the ninth inning. Manuel Colossus on the mound for the Guardians right now. We've got ourselves a little 2-2 ball game, trying to walk it off. Mountcastle takes the first strike inside, trying to get one here. Mountcastle sees one, goes oppo, but that one's going to be well foul. 2 strikes on him. That was a nasty cutter, 101 miles an hour. Colossi obviously throws a ton of gas. He's got 2 pitches that go over 100 miles an hour. It's super tough to catch up to both of those. That one again, another slider going away. Oh, he hits one that looks like a cutter going away from him. That one's going to end up being over there for an easy out at first base. Santander 1 for 3 in the afternoon again, trying to get himself on base. Good. What? These pitches are absolutely killing this. Okay. Point proven. Santander staring down 0-2. That one's inside. Clase's dealing so far. Got a hold of one. We're right on that one. The center fielder's going back. This one's deep. This one's carrying. This one is over the fence. Santander does it. Put some respect on his name. Anthony Santander has obviously had his moments of not being super great this season, but him being a DH and part-time right fielder has worked out, I think, really well for us. He goes 2 for 3 on the game. 2 for 4 in the game. Gets a home run and RBI. Amir Garrett comes in relief, gets the win. I believe his second or third in the season. Not mad at how we got the W today. A few days later, our team is 2 games below 500. This will be a massive game to help us get again, climbing up a little bit more. Now, we're facing the Guardians still. They have a 3-2 lead, bottom of the 9th inning, already 1 out. Seti Mullins, our team MVP's up. He takes that one, making it go outside, facing Clase just like the previous game. This one a little bit late on that. Clase coming back on the 1-1, way in the dirt. Mullins ahead in the count now. Gets a hold of one, and if it's fair, it's gone, but good Lord, it's foul. Big opportunity here with the 2-2. Probably shouldn't have swung. If we did swing at that one, it'd been a nice little full count. Instead of us getting walked here, it's a full count now. Mullins doing a fantastic job, though. Right up here, battling against Clase, who's, again, a really tough reliever to go against. Gets a hold of one, but it's going to be a bloop. Is it going to be able to drop? It does. It's just into the glove. Mountcastle 0 for 3 in the afternoon. This is the final out of the game for us. We need to get a hit, a run, something right now. Chases one high. That one goes foul. 0-1 delivery. Close, but it fouled off again. 0-2 counts, a 1-run game. This is Mountcastle's opportunity. We didn't go. Thank you. Clase again. High one. We almost chased it. Mountcastle got a hold of one. It's going to be trailing out to right center field. Center fielder's there, and they make the play. So we beat them the first time. This time, not so much. And the Guardians, they even the series right back up. Miles Straw is the player of the game. Gets a home run and an RBI, which really was the difference today. Keegan Aiken ends up going in relief for us today. 4 innings pitched, but gives up 1 earned run, and that ends up being the difference. A few games later, we find ourselves 5 games below 500, but we have a tricky situation yet again. Bottom of the 9th inning, we have a tie game. Our closer and Cole Sulser is on the mound right now, and we are just trying to survive so we can go into the 10th and hopefully get a win. Hunter Dozier up for KC. That one wasn't where we wanted it. It ends up being a 2-0 count now. Need to strike big time here. Great little pitch, jams him inside. Sulser going up high this time. A little bit too high, but good Lord, this man swung. Going to slider away to try to punch him. He gets a little bit too much inside, and that one goes foul, and it's not going to count. Circle change coming inside. Missed the location. Circle change is not working for Sulser at the moment. Mondesi's coming up. We do not want to give him a man on. This one's going to be fouled off again. We're going right back to the slider. He's having a little bit of trouble hitting it. He swings on his Sulser. Got bailed out because that could have been a walk. Get bailed out a little bit now. Another tough at bat here with Mondesi. His Orioles seems a little bit better than I thought. I really thought we were going to be sort of, bottom of the division by a long stretch, but instead we're actually pretty close. Again, only 5 games below 500 at this point of the year. We'll see what happens. One thing I plan on doing, though, is watching the trade market to see, oh, what a nasty slider. Again, we used to get him to punch out. Bobby Witt Jr. is coming up. He's a double and an RBI. But as I was saying, I do plan on watching the trade market a little bit, seeing who's available. I think the one thing we have is a ton of talent in our farm system at the moment. And we've definitely given away some at the same time. But I think with the addition of Rocker now through a little bit of free agency wheeling and dealing, now I'm feeling really good. Kumar Rocker with Medina. We have so many young talented pitchers on our team that Honestly, some of these guys aren't even close to the majors yet, but they're going to be great. We got our 6, 7, 8 coming up now. Rushman, single, 2 runs earlier in the game. I'd love to see him poke one in to left center field. We got a runner on second base that guaranteed pretty much a run score to give us a lead. Facing Peacock, he pokes one over here to the second base side. That one we're not going to end up going on the run because that right fielder's got a cannon and would have gunned us out. Austin Hayes, who has been fantastic for us so far this year. This man showed a lot of power. Takes a pitch down inside. Runners in the corners now. Again, a single's going to get a run scored. Taking that one again. Peacock has to be a little nervous now. Good Lord, these pitches are slow. 1-2 count. Do not want to strike out. Don't want to go into a double play either right now. Hayes has been so good these last couple of weeks for us. We want to see if he can be clutch again. So close to going. Nolan Gorman on deck, who also has been incredible for us. He's up for Rookie of the Year right now, which is fantastic news. Full count. Didn't want to swing, but that one was poked. It had the guys in. The shortstop was in, the third baseman was in, and because of that, that's going to score the first run of the inning. Another single for Hayes. This man, just call him Beyonce, because all the single ladies out there tonight. Gorman 2 for 4 in the afternoon as well. Takes the first one. It's going to be a little high and tight. They call it a ball. Gorman this time, runners on first and second base. He's shown so much power this season. Gets a hold of one. I think it's going to be a routine fly ball, though, for the center fielder. He does chase it back a little bit. We're going to send the runner over to third base now. The throw is going to be close, and he just barely got in. So runners in the corners now. Santander, who is in desperate need of a hit. Obviously a switch hitter facing a right-handed pitcher. This could be good news for us right now. Just want to avoid hitting into the double play. One more run would be great. Takes the first one, which is way outside. Another one. This one's low again. They're not going to get us a chase. We're trying to find a good one and drive it. The good news is if we hit one in the outfield, it's pretty much all but over at this point. We'll get those 2 runs. I doubt our bullpen gives that up in the bottom of the inning. We'll be fine. Speaking of bullpen, we're going to get Tyler Wells up, who technically is our closer right now, but I like Sosa a little bit more. We'll see what his stamina looks like in the bottom half of the inning. Santander whips on one big. Major pitch here. Gets a hold of it and drives it foul. Santander hits one. It's a dribble over to the first base side. They're going to gun us out at second. They gun us out at first. We only get 1 run. It's going to be a dicey bottom half of the inning. Honestly, at this point, I'm going to trust Sosa to get the job done. He was really good, I think, in the last half of the inning, and getting that called strike there makes me feel even better. Bobby Witt Jr., though, is going to be on second base. Remember, he's a ton of speed, so we do not want to give up a hit. Coming back with another fastball up high. That one is in the strike zone 100%. This ump is blind. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. We got to get this ump fired. I don't know who he is, but we're getting him fired. That ball's going to roll foul, thank God, because Witt Jr. would have been on third easy. The 2-2 count, slider away. It's been money for us, and he fouls it off. Probably dangerous. We're going right back to the well. And he took the pitch. Third time's a charm. No, it's not. Coming up here with the high fastball. He hits one. It's going to go over here to Suzuki. Suzuki's got a pretty good arm. We're going to try to test Witt. Over at third base, this was going to be close. It goes in, and Witt is underneath of that one before we can even get the tag applied. They got a runner on third with 1 out. And now you're kind of seeing why we were hoping for, possibly having 2-run support for coming in this bottom of the inning. Little fastball going away. This ump is literally the most blind human being of all time. I mean, that call obviously worked in our favor, but I've never seen an ump this blind. That ball was completely out of the zone. He called it a strike. Our pitcher is getting pretty tired. Come on, ump. If he walks him, I'm pretty sure we got to get him up out of here. He's coming home. It's a suicide squeeze. We get the tag at first, but they tie the ball game. Extra inning play is going to still be in after this. Michael Taylor, a home run, a single, 2 RBIs. He's had a fantastic game. He's trying to add to that right now, potentially winning this game for his team. And honestly, we're struggling. I know I said I would take Sosa out if he gave up a hit there. Technically, he didn't, but a run kind of happened. We'll keep him in for this at bat. This is his last one. Little 1-1 count coming back with a slider. Not swinging. I guess they're kind of getting a hold of that one. I think they know what we're ultimately coming with a lot of times. And so they're just sitting on the slider and taking it as they take it there again. Circle change inside. Beautiful movement on that circle change. Little fastball. He got a hold of it. Seti Mully's right there. That's going to be the out that we need. Unfortunately, it's just 1 at bat too late. It's tied up going into the next inning. CJ Abrams is going to come up. We do have Santander still on second base. I wanted to take him out for someone faster, but his at-bat is still great. And knowing what's going to happen in this game, we still might need his at-bat later on. CJ Abrams batting a little over 200 with runners in scoring position. Gets one, but it's way foul. Abrams trying to lock in. This guy's had a pretty good year, but not quite the year that we've seen from Gorman. Gorman obviously is doing significantly better, up for Rookie of the Year. Abrams has been really good defensively. Just offensively, he's struggled a little bit, but he's still done well fine. Gets a hold of one again, but we're early on and it goes well foul. 1-2 count for Abrams. Takes that one again to even it up. Would love to see Abrams just go ahead and drill one here. Almost got drilled on that himself. Keston Hiura's going up, batting 190 in the season. His average has been plummeting. That is sort of a move that we thought might work, and ultimately it's not working the way we wanted it to. But you know what? We got CJ Abrams on first base. I'm not mad at that. Keston is 0 for 5 in today's game. Has a strikeout. Is really the only thing he can really talk about. Other than that, it's been lineouts, pop-outs, you name it, he's done it, except for getting a hit. Takes that first one well away. This man is batting .050 with runners in scoring position. That might be the worst in the team by far. I still think there's potential here. I think he can turn it around. It's just, you know, he's shown the power, but really outside of showing the power, he's shown nothing else for us, which is unfortunate. This was a deep fly ball here to center field. Center field has got a beat on it, and I'm not going to trust that one because he quickly gets it in. We're going to keep our guys where they are. Cedric Mullins has had 2 walks today. He's been hit by a pitch. This man has been through a ringer. Only had 2 real opportunities to get a hit today out of his 5 appearances, which he did not get a hit yet. Takes that first, and they're throwing the ball pretty much every single time on the first pitch. Need a big at bat here from Mullins. That's the one we wanted. We were just super early. 1-1 count, 2-1. Mullins has got a hold of it, ladies and gentlemen. If that one's fair, it's gone, and that one is deep. That one is back, and it's fair and gone. They're going to bring in a new pitcher, 2-1 of the season. He's got a 4.15 ERA, but he's got a 3-run deficit. He's trying to make sure it doesn't get even bigger right now with Mountcastle up. Mountcastle's going to take that first pitch, strike inside the bottom of the zone. Mountcastle actually has a home run and a triple, along with a couple of RBIs himself today. He's been great. He's honestly been great all season. I think this is one of the biggest hurdles. Obviously, we're going to see what sort of happens with Anthony Santander. Obviously, Mountcastle could play different positions. He could also be a DH for us. But Enrique Bowser, if he continues to play well in sort of the minor leagues, maybe he comes up and maybe he's the DH. But whatever it is, Mountcastle's going to have a job on this team because this dude has been a stud and we want to keep him because he's young and talented despite not getting a hit right there. Suzuki's coming up 0 for 4, batting .249 of the season. Again, not terrible for him. We are paying him $17 million a year, so kind of want a little bit more. And we probably shouldn't be swinging at that also. Suzuki a little late on that one. 95 miles an hour, fouled off. 0-2 count, always dangerous. Slider away. We're going to sit on it. Another one away. Great patience here from Suzuki. We got the count all even up. Poked one out to right field. It's going a little bit back, but the right fielder can easily get to it. It's the end of the inning, but we got a 3-run lead, baby. We should be good. One thing I'm a little bit sad about, though, despite, you know, how our season's gone, is that we just don't have Cedric Mullins up for the MVP talk. Because in my opinion, he should be up for it. I get that we're a couple of games below 500, and so you really reserve that for guys that are, you know, on teams that are doing super well. But you know what? We're going to be fine. I believe in ourselves. Look at that. 2 outs now, runner on third, but we're okay. But in my opinion, whenever you have a guy that's doing better than Mike Trout, and Mike Trout has not been injured this season, you got to put that guy up for MVP. Try and get out of this inning. Runner on third. Nasty curveball goes out of the zone a little. Obviously, we don't want Sosa to face too many more pitches right now. That one's going to be fouled off. No shot. We get to that one. Counts at 1-2. Coming back with a curveball. On the outer half of the plate, that one's hit deep. Mullins is tracking it. He's going to be easily able to get to that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a win. They've been few and far between this season. We're almost back to 500. The way Sosa came in, the way the Mullins came in and absolutely drilled that pitch to give us the lead. You'd love to see it. Again, recapping the stats, Mullins goes 1 for 3, a home run, 3 RBIs. Man was walked twice, hit once, but he still absolutely showed out. Sosa comes in, 4 innings pitched, a hit, 2 strikeouts. We actually didn't pull him like I thought we were supposed to at this point. But you know what it is, Sosa got the job done. Peacock gave up too many runs. We had so many guys play well. Abrams hit a home run today. We see Mountcastle have a home run with 3 RBIs and a triple. This is what I want to see from the Orioles team. Run production, great pitching, and even when we give up a whole lot of runs like we did today, just come through in the clutch. In the end of the day, a W is a W, and we're close to 500 again. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.